We wrap up day one of the high school shot clock shootout with the Norton Panthers 4-4 taking on the South Point Pointers 2-4. Welcome to the Canton Memorial Fieldhouse, Canton, Ohio site of the high school shot clock shootout. Along with Tyler Danberg, I'm Dave Bacon. Tyler, you look at this, the Panthers 4-4, led by a really talented junior, Buddy Willing, 13.5 points a game.
Willig is certainly your do-it-all, your hybrid type of guy at both ends of the floor. He can dish it out really well. 3.5 assists per ball game, and he fills it up to 13.5 points per contest. Also, the quarterback for Norton's football team. He's just a really remarkable athlete for this Norton team.
You look over at the South Point Pointers, 2-4 on the year under head coach Travis Wise. Ethan Lane, 6-foot senior, really the guy that gets things done for them.
He really is. Lane hit that buzzer beater against Portsmouth back in early December to win 50-48. He can get a timely bucket for Travis Wise in his 11th year. And this could be a big win for South Point. Try to go to 3-4. They've been really good in road games too. Away from home, they're 2-1 in true or neutral site games.
Now, you had told me they're one of the teams that had to travel the furthest to get here to Canton.
3 hours, 55 minutes, right on that West Virginia border. On the other side is Huntington, West Virginia. They're in Lawrence County, the southernmost county in Ohio. They've come a long way, and they're going to try and come a long way to win.
South Point in the blue, Norton in the white. Day one of 3 for the high school shot clock shootout. We'll be back at it tomorrow at noon. And right now, we are getting underway, and it will be the Pointers with control of the basketball. That's Ethan Hunt. Hunt with the big brace on that knee. Good ball movement around the perimeter. Evans will give it back up to Hunt. Down to 8 on the shot clock. Little fadeaway, back of the iron. It won't go down for Hanshaw. And the rebound controlled by Willig. Willig draws a lot of attention defensively. Three-pointer, a long one, side of the iron by Stone Hardy, and Hardy is a 34% three-point shooter, one of their better three-point shooters. That one a step behind the second arc, though. Willig, they step out on him defensively. Shot clock down to 9. Yeah, would have been a shot. Yeah, it is a shot clock violation.
It's a really good South Point team defensively, allowing just 51.2 points per game.
Full court pressure, and it creates the turnover. Willig trying to get the foul called. He doesn't get the call. Long outlet pass. Three-pointer by Evans, back of the iron. Rebound grab by Hanshaw. Hunt thought about the three. Now they'll back it up and set it up. Just underway. Final game of day one for the high school shot clock shootout. Turnover will give the ball to Norton.
And if recent history in this shot clock shootout tells us anything, that this one's going to be pretty close because the one we saw earlier, the Ellett-Streetsboro girls game.
All of them been reasonably close.
Yeah, Maysville-Carrollton was a great ball game down to the wire. You had to call that one.
Good patience by Norton. Hunter gets it inside. Runner won't go. Hardy can't control the rebound, and it is grabbed off by Ethan Lane. Under 5.5 to go in the first quarter. Hunt. Little roll inside. Vance can't get it to go. The jumper won't go either. Rebound pulled down by Norton. It ends up in the hands of Buddy Willig. On the baseline. Goes out around the three-point arc. Shot won't go down for Abernathy. It will still be Norton basketball as it goes out of bounds. Still looking for our first points.
And neither team has been able to get one to fall, but they're getting good looks like that Abernathy three. Norton was going inside to get back outside, and Abernathy caught that skip pass and let it fly. Just couldn't hit it, but it trickled off hand shot.
Cutting to the basket, nice pass inside, but unable to convert is Gabriel in transition. Lane gives it up, baseline, Vance can't get it to go. Rebound Gabriel. Back the other way, it's knocked out of bounds. It'll still be Norton basketball. First substitution of the game, it's David Lewis checking in. Luke Martell checks in for Norton. So Lewis for South Point, Martell for Norton. Hunter regains control. Back outside, Hardy. Three ball won't go. Kept alive, but it comes off to Lewis. Midway through the first quarter. Open three, front of the iron. Rebound gathered by Buddy Willig. Running into the three ball, back of the iron. Comes right back to Hunter. Hunter rolls in the first points of the game. Isaac Hunter.
His three was too strong, but he played it, knifed through two, and able to get a nice soft touch to roll it in.
Good job breaking the pressure. And one as Lane gets the bucket and draws the foul. Nice job of breaking the full court press by the Pointers.
Yeah, Norton scores it, and they go immediately into it. And a great breakout feed by Ethan Hunt there. A backhander caught by Lane. And just able to roll it in. Good contest from the backside to recover there by Norton. But Lane just sticking true to the finish.
Gabe Bunton checks in his first action as converting the three-point play is Lane. 3-2 our score. And Bunting almost has the ball stripped, able to regain possession. Baseline jumper, Bunting knocks it in, checks in, gets the bucket. 6'5" freshman, Bunting. Again, no problem breaking the pressure for South Point. Goes off of Lewis, they say. It'll be Norton basketball on the turnover.
And there are some of those guys that when they come in, Dave, you can just feel momentum going in that team's direction. Bunting could be one of those guys who's the tallest player on that roster. He's 6'5" like you said, and he's got a little bit of a mid-range game to him as well. Also, Will Goff in. He's coming off a career-high 15 points back on the 19th against Springfield.
They kick it back outside. Good ball movement by Norton, and a nice job. Martell throws in his first two. There's the trap. They're able to pass out of it. Little 10-footer rolled in by Ethan Lane. Lane has 5. And it's 6'5" Norton. inside of 2 minutes first quarter. Martell knocks it down again.
Great feed there by Abernathy with the vision down the floor to see him open.
Martell gets it back. They swing it. Open look. Hanshaw knocks down the three. Braden Hanshaw's first three.
Maybe they needed the floodgates to open. All it took was that two-pointer put in by Isaac Hunter and then the traditional three-point play on the other end by Lane.
Tied at 8. Inside a minute and a half first quarter. Willig, long three. Short on it. Isaac Hunt will check back in for Norton, also checking in. Kason Pope. Pope, baseline, a little short. Willig comes away with the rebound. Inside a minute. Tied at 8, first quarter. Good pass inside. Martell has hit 3 straight. Martell with 6 off the bench, 10-8. That time the long outlet pass, a little errant. Turnover gives it back to Norton, 34.5 remaining. Good look at B.J. Sanderson, head coach for the Norton Panthers.
This led Norton to its first district title since 1951. Product of Ashland.
Aggressive double team. Martell loses it, goes off the rim. Now if that went in, you know it's a good night. In transition, Lewis. Just kept going, blocked by Willig. Hunter on the run to the hoop, draws the foul. Nice job of getting out and running by the Panthers.
And that's where Buddy Willig proves so much value on the defensive end. G. Abernathy got beat to the cup, a great little head fake there by Lewis, but Willig says no, sir, and it turns into offensive production with Hunter drawing the foul.
Hunter averaging 12.2 points a game. Knocks down the first free throw, his 3rd point of this first quarter. Stone Hardy checks back in. Hunter trying to push the lead to 4 for Norton. 6.3 remaining in this first quarter. Makes both free throws. Hunt gives it up, 3-pointer. Knocked down, what a three. Has a good job as Braden Hanshaw trailing. Hunt gave it to him, he stepped into it, and he knocks down his 2nd 3 of the game. At the end of the first quarter, Norton leading South Point by a score of 12-11.
The high school shot clock shootout on Rock Entertainment Sports Network is brought to you by True North Convenience Stores. Fast, friendly, clean. Download the True Rewards app today and start saving. And by Spire Academy. Spire Academy is an international high school and postgraduate sports performance training and education boarding school. Visit spireacademy.com for more information.
12-11, Norton leading South Point. A good look at Travis Wise along with Tyler Danberg. I'm Dave Bacon. Tyler, that was kind of textbook how you end the quarter. Trailing and then knocking down the 3 was Hanshaw.
Tale of 2 different ends to the frame. They couldn't buy a bucket the first 4 minutes, but then they really started to pour it out. The offense has been a good benefactor of that.
Lane makes the bucket. A nice job on the outlet pass to find Lane by Lewis. So Ethan Lane now with 7. South Point with a 13-12 lead. And Lewis going to get whistled for the foul, reaching in behind and knocking the arm of Jake Gabriel.
Even Lewis has that Kevin Love-esque capability to master the outlet feed. And that wasn't just the first time he's done that today. Probably the best time he's done that today. But he's not afraid to just chuck it and utilize that there's a man down there. But that's a great job just breaking down the floor there by Lane of South Point.
Willig kicks it out. Hardy, three. Can't get the corner three to go. Lewis grabs the rebound. Lewis done a nice job off the bench. Sophomore for the Pointers. Open three. Knocked down again. Hanshaw, 3 threes in the game. He has 9. Lead now 4 for the Pointers. Willig loses control. It comes to Ethan Hunt. Hunt. Lewis just inside the arc. Back of the iron. Rebound. Won't go down for Lane. Pointers get it back. Hunt, nice move inside. Lewis will step in. 12-footer won't go. Run down by Lane again. Ethan Lane will get it to Ethan Hunt. And Hunt will get it back. 16 on the shot clock. Nice cut to the basket. Hanshaw can't get the left hand to go. A lot of looks at the bucket for the South Point Pointers. Couldn't get it to go on that possession. Willig loses control. And it ends up in the hands of Ethan Hunt. Now he'll...
Second straight possession where Willig has not been able to come up with possession on the gather.
Yeah, Willig, the leading scorer, has not scored. Averages 13.5, and they really haven't gotten him involved in the offense just yet. They tend to figure out a way to get guys going when they need to. Lewis inside, little roll by Hanshaw. Gathers, gets the bucket, 11 for Hanshaw. Timeout is, I think, B.J. Sanderson thought that was a little too easy.
That's certainly what it seemed. Again, another gander at this. Lewis finds the rolling Hanshaw. That's his first bucket inside. He's got 3 threes from beyond the arc. But a little two-man game working for the Pointers.
He just got behind the man, and you can't have that defensively. So it's now a 6-point South Point lead on Norton. It'll be interesting to see, do they switch it up defensively? Because South Point has gotten out in transition quite a bit.
Yeah, they like to play fast, and they've also been able to get some offensive rebounds. Now, South Point had that one spurt where they had 3 possessions on one trip into their offensive end and were not able to cash in. That's where Norton did a great job of playing disciplined basketball on the interior. They stayed playing up. They didn't foul. Now Norton was not able to get any rebounds until they got that final defensive one. So maybe box outs on the defensive end are going to be crucial for them going into this. But it starts with getting across the timeline here and getting set offensively. Playing clean basketball is going to be so big for B.J. Sanderson's Norton Panthers.
So South Point shows pressure and then drops back into their defense. Hunter tried to go cross court. Panthers able to salvage the possession. Down to 10 on the shot clock, though. Now at 7. Hunter pulls up. Can't get it to go. Would have been a shot clock violation because it did not hit the rim.
What was interesting about that possession, and it goes to show you what some of these teams are doing to combat the shot clock, is that B.J. Sanderson screamed 8, meaning 8 seconds on the shot clock. He's trying to audibly make it clear to his point guard, Hunter, to realize that that's how much time they have. Maybe it's new for them looking up at the shot clock buzzer above the hoop and seeing that red lighting in there.
Almost the rip away by Hunter, but a nice job by Lewis to maintain possession. And then they get the foul on Abernathy.
Just was not able to set the feet there. Maybe a potential push off on Lewis, but they didn't call it on him. Call it on Abernathy.
Kickball. It'll be Hunt inbounding it for South Point. Hunt, good spot. Hanshaw, open three. That time he misses. He's made 3 of them already. 3 threes, that is. Willig. Abernathy, wide open 3. Back of the iron. Ripped down by Hanshaw, and he's tied up. Possession will stay with South Point. Good looking kid, physical, and we've seen he can shoot threes.
Yeah, the physicality is there. He's a D5 All-Ohio football player as a wide receiver and a quarterback for 3 years in a row. And you see a little bit why. Now, those skills have seamlessly transitioned onto the hardwood for a South Point team that has really come out firing. Now, what was interesting about Norton on that last possession for South Point was that they dropped into a zone. And Buddy Willig, you talked about in the previous game, the box and one defense. They're utilizing Buddy Willig as a little bit of that box and one guy. He's taking that top assignment, whoever's running the point. And on that last possession, he came over basically off his line to seal on the man on the ball, but then that opened up a guy in the corner. So makes you wonder, does Norton come back out into his own defense, or if they adjust and play man-to-man again?
So it looks like they're going to drop into, might be a 1-3-1, which opens up the corners. Middle of the corner is usually what you're trying to do. Now they do the backdoor cut, and it's an easy one, and it's Hanshaw converting. That was well done.
It really was. Great feed from the forecourt as well, just led him to the hoop.
Eight-point lead for South Point. Willig just can't find space as he is being contested by 2-3 defenders when he tries to get into the lane. South Point gets the turnover. Good pass between a double team, and Hanshaw continues. He has 15 now.
He's really taken over. Started outside, now he's working in.
Martell lost his pivot foot travels, tried to stop, and he skid.
And that was Hanshaw again. He got the hand there on Martell, and he forced that extra step that resulted in the walk. I mean, he's not just doing it on the offensive end now, but he's forcing turnovers too.
Stone Hardy checks back in for Norton. And again, they drop back. What looks like it will be a 1-3-1 unless they pick up man. Yeah, they're going to play man. Lewis draws the foul.
Lewis doesn't have any points to go to his totals, but he's got 3 big assists.
Well, he came in and the offense started working for South Point. Lane backs it out. Little turnaround, front of the iron that time by Hanshaw. Hunter. Little pick and roll. Nice move inside and one. Gabe Bunting, the freshman, 4 points in the game. He'll go to the line trying to convert the three-point play.
If you go back to the first quarter, he hit that big mid-range shot coming off the bench, and here scoring at the most opportune time in this contest so far for Norton. Fearless between the posts, hits it despite the contact.
Converts the three-point play, so 5 in the game for the 6'5 freshman. 7-point lead for South Point. They have the basketball. Little runner in the lane, won't go for Hanshaw. Abernathy into the forecourt. Nice drive, Hunter gets the bucket. Isaac Hunter with 6, lead is down to 5. Vance gives it back up to Hanshaw. Lewis loses it on the baseline. Taken away by Bunning. Abernathy. Hardy, 3, arcs it off the rim. Bunting can't get the follow to go. Rebound grab by Hanshaw, Braden Hanshaw. Doing it at both ends. Approaching a minute to go in this first half, 22-17. South Point with the lead in the ball. Hanshaw, a little spin move. Can't get the finger roll to drop. Hunter works it up ahead. And the basket.
Usually that's a step that you make as a guard where you land on both feet. Isaac Hunter Euro'd right onto his left foot and still made the shot. Great body control there by the junior.
4-second differential between game clock and shot clock. Nice pass underneath. The reverse won't go down for Lane. Goff. Foul away from the ball. .3 seconds remaining in this half. Only the third team foul. Buddy Willig checks back in for Norton. Willig hasn't scored yet. Really hasn't had that many shots, so that's something to keep an eye on. Down to 8. Corner. Charge. Heck of a job. Guess who? Braden Hanshaw. You mentioned he played football.
And he showed it off there. He can play multiple positions on the gridiron. He can play multiple positions and play different roles on the hardwood, and he's doing that there. You need a 3 early on, he's your guy. You need a couple of inside scores, he's got you. And he can take those charges.
22-19. The turnover will give it back to Norton. 1.3 seconds remaining. You know, we've half of basketball. Only 2 of the South Point pointers have scored. Hanshaw has 15 and Ethan Lane has 7 for their 22. Willig has yet to score and he averages 13.5. Abernathy can't get it to go at the buzzer. At the end of the first half, South Point 22, Norton 19. It's the high school shot clock shootout from the Canton Memorial Fieldhouse here on Rock Entertainment Sports Network. (22-19), South Point leading Norton. The final game of day 1 of the high school shot clock shootout here at the Canton Memorial Fieldhouse. Hi everybody, I'm Dave Bacon along with my partner Tyler Danberg. An interesting first half of basketball, Tyler. First 4+ minutes, no baskets, then a lot of scoring, then kind of not so much scoring. We take a look at the first half highlights, and this guy has been very good. Braden Hanshaw for South Point.
He's been all over it, and this is early on. This is when South Point started to get the feel on the offensive end. He was hitting threes. He hit the first 3 threes of this ball game, but then he started to get inside. Here's his last trifecta. Great rotation, especially for a 6 feet 4 inch forward. But then, how about this Davion Lewis lob to Hanshaw low on the right? He was able to kiss it home, and this is where he can beat you. Inside and then on the other end as well. Taking charges, drawing fouls, but Norton wasn't going away.
Gabe Bunting gets the bucket, and they rally late to really close this gap to a 3-point deficit.
I think when Ting came in, that's when things really started to go in the right direction for Norton. Maybe he's one of those guys that can be the energizers out on the floor, especially at that 6'5 frame. He can get boards, he can clean it up, and the Panthers started to crawl back leading into the halftime break.
Good-looking freshman, Bunting 6 points in the first half. Buddy Willing has not scored yet for Norton. We'll see if they can get him going. We're going to step aside, take one more timeout. 22-19, South Point leading Norton. It's a high school shot clock shootout here on Rock Entertainment Sports Network.
The high school shot clock shootout on Rock Entertainment Sports Network is brought to you by True North Convenience Stores. Fast, friendly, clean. Download the True Rewards app today and start saving. And by Spire Academy. Spire Academy is an international high school and postgraduate sports performance training and education boarding school. Visit spireacademy.com for more information.
Welcome back to the Canton Memorial Fieldhouse. 22-19, South Point leading Norton along with Tyler Danberg. I'm Dave Bacon. Tyler, we were just looking at it. Buddy Willing, 13.5 points, leading scorer for Norton, hasn't scored. Stone Hardy, 9.2 point average, third leading scorer for Norton, hasn't scored. And they're only down 3.
Which says a lot about where they are right now and where they have been in their first 8 games. Isaac Hunter, Gabe Bunting, point guard, and the backup big man have combined for 13 of the 19 Panther points.
And for South Point, it's been all Hanshaw and Lane. And I mean all. They have all 22 of their points. Patience to start this third quarter. But really around the perimeter, nothing inside. Down to 10 on the shot clock. Hanshaw looking to create. They say travel. Turnover will give the ball to Norton. Let's see if they can get Willig going. He really didn't take that many shots even in the first half.
He didn't, and part of that was because he was doing a lot of his creation off the dribble drive in South Point. They were forcing turnovers. There was that stretch where there were back-to-back possessions. Willig went into the paint, had some crafty moves to get there, just couldn't capitalize.
They go inside to Bunting, and he gets the quick catch and shoot. He has 7. Little runner. Lane can't get it to go. The follow won't go. Abernathy grabs it. In transition, Isaac Hunter trying to get it to Willig.
He tried the oop there. They had the 2-on-1, but the X factor here was Ethan Lane, who crashed in. Yes, he commits the foul, but he breaks up and thwarts that attempt. Otherwise, that's probably a mid-air deuce for Willig. Still looking for his first points.
Abernathy 3 won't go. Willig gets the rebound. Norton trying to retake the lead. Down 1 with the ball. Willig turnaround blocked. Nice help defense. He never saw Austin Evans come, and he got the block. Lane kicks it out. Hunt. 3 won't go. Rebound. Ripped down by Gabriel. In transition, Willig. Bunting, baseline. Kicks it back out. Not a lot of space there. Lane dives. Everybody goes flying over the place. Foul whistled as Gabriel probably going to get whistled for the foul here.
Through 2 minutes here, Dave, in this third quarter, we can tell that Ethan Lane gives it his all. And really, he set up possession there by going for it with Bunting. Covers a lot of ground.
Inbounding it will be Hunt. Tries to go a little bit of a backdoor to Evans. Lewis, bounce pass. Hanshaw gets the bucket. 17 for Braden Hanshaw. Lead back to 3. Backcourt violation.
Self-inflicted wounds have still cost the Panthers a couple of possessions. It's going to be a big key for B.J. Sanderson's team is cleaning it up offensively.
Yeah, they haven't been able to get their offense into any type of rhythm. And I guess you got to credit South Point's defense for that. Lane, three-pointer. Nope, 2. Foot was on the line. Ethan Lane with 9 leads out to 5 for South Point. Good ball movement, and he traveled. They haven't really got the side-to-side type of ball movement that creates open shots.
And that seemed like that was going to be the possession that put things in the right direction. But back to this Lane two-pointer. Big jump shot. They called it a 2. But again, he's creating things off the dribble, and it continues to be Braden Hanshaw and Ethan Lane 26, Norton 21.
Looks like they're going to get Jake Gabriel for the foul. Nope, they got Martell. Second team foul. Martell came off the bench in the first half with 6. He gets the start here in the second half. Lewis. Foul whistled. 2 shots, shooting foul.
Perhaps the first wedgie of the shot clock shootout. That was a nice little head fake by Lewis to get to the 10, just between the iron and the glass.
They got Willig for the foul, his second. Lewis shooting. Back of the iron. Travis Wise, head coach for South Point. Can't convert. Rebound gathered by Hunter. Willig. B.J. Sanderson calling for some motion. Martell. Hunter. Back of the iron. Rebound gathered by Lewis. Lewis loses it. Taken right back by Vance. Ethan Hunt to the hoop. Contact, no call. Rebound gathered by Gabriel. Martell. Gabriel can't get it. Rebound. South Point comes away with it. It was Hanshaw. And now Lewis will slow it down a little bit.
That's just how the night has gone so far for Norton because they got a great look inside. Gabriel burrowed his way to the low post, just couldn't knock it down.
Vance out top. Trying to get it inside. Hanshaw will kick it out. Down to 6 on the shot clock. Down to 3. Nice job beating the clock by Ethan Lane. Long pass to Hunt. It won't go. 12 points now for Lane. Back the other way. Out of bounds. Nope, saved by Willig. Martell. Foul will be whistled on Hanshaw. Will Goff will be at the line shooting 2.
Will Goff hasn't been heard from much today, but against Springfield, most recent win, 70-34 victory on December 19th. He had a career-high 15 points.
Marcus Brown checks in, as do Stone Hardy and Landon Abernathy. Austin Evans back in for South Point. Knocked down by Goff. 6-point lead for South Point. They have the ball inside of 3 in this third quarter. Three-pointer off the rim by Lane. Norton's basketball.
This is a Norton team that's averaging 72.8 points per contest, allowing over 78 per game, and this is in conference play. But still, high-octane offensive attack held to 22 points so far.
There's Willig finally getting inside. Hardy will draw the foul. Stone Hardy will get 2 free throws. They're not getting the ball movement that you really want. It's a lot of dribbling.
No doubt. And again, it starts with dribbles, but then they're going to work it around the horn. And Hardy's been held scoreless so far as well. The guys on the floor right now have combined for a point.
Makes the first free throw, his first points of the game.
And he's really been peaking as of late. Stone Hardy going into December 13th game against Cloverleaf had yet to hit a 3. He hit 5 in that game.
Back of the iron, splits the pair. Rebound comes off to Austin Evans. Just over 2 minutes remaining, third. 5-point lead for South Point. Colton Lehman Spurlock checks in as well for South Point. In the lane, Lane fights it in. He's got 14. Lead grows to 7. Abernathy can't get it to go. Rebound corralled by Lewis, and he'll draw the foul.
Abernathy's had some struggles floating at home. Makes a nice presence when he's out there. And so does this guy, Avon Lewis. Has yet to get onto the score sheet, but Dave, his value is crucial for this South Point team because of his ability to run the point, be that rotational piece, but he's just got a great feel as a distributor, and he's great with the ball in his hands.
Really good defensively, too. He came off the bench, and he's been playing the entire third quarter just about. Trying to work it down low, and a nice quick catch and shoot by Hanshaw. Hanshaw has 19.
That's a tough squeeze for Hanshaw to make. But he is a 2-time All-State wide receiver.
Good hands, quick feet. Nice pass inside. They dish it off, and it's banked in by Gabriel. Gabriel's first 2. 7-point lead for South Point. 1 second differential between shot clock and third quarter clock. Lewis out top, attacking. 10. Open look, Hanshaw, baseline. Can't get it, gets the rebound. Jump ball. Possession goes over to Norton.
One more look at this. Hanshaw drives inside. And they're going to say that
that's a tough call.
Willett got just enough for a tie-up.
That's a tough call. At the buzzer, it won't go. End of the third quarter. South Point with a 7-point lead on Norton, 32-25. It's the high school shot clock shootout on Rock Entertainment Sports Network. Welcome back to Canton Memorial Fieldhouse. Fourth quarter action here. High school shot clock shootout along with Tyler Danberg. I'm Dave Bacon. 7-point lead for South Point, 32-25. And 7 points at this pace and with the offense we've seen seems like a lot.
Yeah, it's been a lot of offense so far today. Every team has attempted over 50 shots. The shot clock and that 35-second cap allows for more possessions, hopefully more scoring, but it's been the inverse in this ball game. It's been highly defensive.
Nice ball movement around the perimeter for South Point. Hanshaw. Still 10 on the shot clock, so plenty of time. Now there's 2. And now there's a shot clock violation. He throws it up, and they get the rebound. Hunt, long 3. Puts it in. Ethan Hunt knocks down the 3. And it is now a 10-point lead for South Point. Hardy will draw the foul.
You can attribute these 3 points for Ethan Hunt, not just to Hunt, but to Colton Lehman Spurlock, because Hunt chucked up a prayer with 2 on the timer. That time he had a little bit more time to prepare, and that was because of Lehman Spurlock's tip drill right into Hunt's lap.
Hardy at the line, trying to cut in this 10-point lead. Knocks the first one down. Ethan Lane checks back in. Got a breather. Stone Hardy. Makes both of the free throws. Landon Abernathy checks back in. Looks like some full court pressure for Norton's defense. Lewis under the basket, can't get any rim. Here comes Norton. Abernathy loses control, has it ripped away. It will be South Point basketball.
That's a high IQ play there by by Braden Hanshaw to bounce it off Marcus Brown's shoe as he was falling out of bounds on the baseline.
He had his arm stepped on, did Hanshaw. He's kind of holding it over there. Wide receiver, that happens. Good job of breaking the pressure by the Pointers. Three-pointer won't go down for Austin Evans. Hanshaw, they swing it out. Three-pointer knocked down. Ethan Lane, 17 in the game now.
Has 2 straight possessions for South Point where they have scored a second chance 3-ball.
Willig. Trying to throw it behind the back, and Evans was waiting. Hanshaw loses it. They scoop it up. Willing gets the bucket. First points of the game for Buddy Willig. Averaging 13.5 a game for the season.
And it really started with him, too, because he dislodged the ball, and then Abernathy with a heads-up down-court feed. Willig walked in for 2 and got that Euro step. He plays with a little bit of flash to his game, and when that flash is working, Buddy Willig's working, and you saw a glimpse of that there.
9-point deficit for Norton. Just over 5.5 remaining in this fourth quarter. And if you're South Point, no need to hurry, get a good shot. And good shots have usually come off the hands of Lane or Braden Hanshaw.
In fact, 36 of those 38 points have come off Lane or Hanshaw. These guys have been money today. Now, is that necessarily sustainable going down the road? Maybe not, but South Point showing that they can rely on their big guns to beat some pretty solid teams. You look at Norton as a program, and they've returned a handful of guys, but their last 4 seasons in Metro Conference play, 36-12, 45-32 overall. This has been one of the better programs in their division and in their conference and area over the last 4 or 5 seasons.
Full court pressure. Lewis breaks it. Hunt, defended by Abernathy. Lewis backs it out. Stolen away. Hunter tosses it in. Isaac Hunter in transition. It's double figures with 10. Answering on the other end, Ethan Hunt.
And it comes off the long court feed from who else but Davon Lewis. Doing it yet again.
Hunter's 3 won't go. Hunt the rebound. Lewis, good look. Traveled. Landon Vance tried to back his way in, but he switched pivot feet.
And that's exactly what happened there, Dave. He went and ripped it with the left hand, but as he made that pirouette, his right foot came undone. Left foot moved as well.
Willig. Hunter draws the foul. Two free throws coming.
There's one thing that we've learned today. It's that Isaac Hunter can be a really good facilitator and a great ball player. And when Willig and Hardy get going and Isaac Hunter is playing this way and carrying the weight, this is a Norton Panthers team that can make some noise in Northeast District 2.
Hunter makes both free throws. He now has a dozen. Well, things aren't going well offensively. You got to make free throws when you get to the free throw line. It's now a 7-point deficit. Foul whistled on Abernathy. Third foul on Abernathy.
Gotta give credit to B.J. Sanderson there. Tried to sell it, went straight into that jump ball signal motion, trying to sway the officials.
It's actually Abernathy's fourth. Good look at B.J. Sanderson. Vance tipped away. It will still be South Point basketball. Almost midway through this fourth quarter. Panthers need a couple of turnovers, and there's one. Defense has been aggressive. They've turned it up a notch.
And they're trying to run South Point off the three-point line. That's exactly what they're doing. South Point hasn't been as effective taking threes, really since Braden Hanshaw had his first 9 points of the game from three-point land.
Gabriel travel? Yeah. New contact was coming and kind of shuffled and shimmied his pivot feet. Right there. Midway through the fourth quarter, foul. Whistled against Norton. Third foul on Jake Gabriel. Lane. Hunt, little off the mark, and it's stolen away by Hunter, and Hunt steals it right back. Timeout called by Travis Wise. Things getting a little, and that's Travis Wise and an assistant coach just telling them, we don't need that. Possessions are important at this point.
And it's plays like that that show you that sometimes you have to dictate the pace yourself and not play at the pace that it's been at. And they try to go down the court quickly. And a great job just breaking up that pass to engineer it back in in South Point's direction. Ethan Hunt, he's been active.
Mm-hmm.
And it's plays like that where he's just able to get a hand in a passing lane. And good recognition, too, by Travis Wise to sense where that play could have gone and just call timeout to slow things down. You can tell the Pointers, they've expended a lot of energy just trying to get out to the 7-point lead this late in the ball game.
Well, and if you're Norton, you want to speed them up because more you're down 7, which doesn't seem like a lot, but when you're 40-33, 7's more than it looks. But the only way you speed them up and you get some turnovers, 7's not as much. And that's kind of what Travis Wise is saying. The clock, right now, the clock's our friend.
No doubt about it. And you also have 3 timeouts respectively. So if you have to use the timeout, then you can. But this is where South Point has a lot of that momentum, especially if they can get a score and a stop. These next 2 possessions are critical.
Hanshaw. Hunt knocks down the 15-footer. 7 in the game for Ethan Hunt. Hunter traveled. Extra step. So they'll go full court pressure. They need some turnovers and some points in transition, being Norton. Nice pass to the backside. Hanshaw draws the foul.
Hanshaw just came rolling down the lane. He had Hunt in the corner, but by the time he was contacted, he put up the shot, and he almost made it, but shot would have been waved off if it were good.
Luke Martell checks back in. He had 6 points in that first half. Down low, little turnaround, nice bucket. 21 now for Braden Hanshaw. Willig. Hunter will draw the foul.
It's interesting, Dave, when you look at all these games that have been played today and what they all have in common, the winning team has a 20-plus point scorer that seems to be carrying the load and carrying the weight. Now with Moon Area from Pennsylvania, they had two 15-plus point scores, but they had Tumulty drop 33. So it seems like to win a game right now in this tournament against some really good competition, there's got to be that one person that really shines. Or maybe there's a really balanced effort.
Hunter with it. Just over 2.5 remaining fourth quarter. And that one's not going to help. Another turnover. Hunt grabs the errant pass. It's an 11-point lead. Kicked ball, so it will still be South Point basketball. 2:25 remaining in the fourth quarter. Hunt will inbound it. Lane attacking on the baseline. It will still be South Point basketball. Hanshaw will inbound it. Hanshaw gets it back. Attacking, puts it in. Braden Hanshaw, 23. Another turnover will give it back to South Point.
And that's the thing. That's been the Achilles heel, the turnovers for Norton's offense. They've played a stronger second half. But the 3 turnovers inside of 3 minutes, really in the last minute, have come costly. But maybe Will Goff can be the guy to help spur momentum, try and forge a comeback, but it's starting to run out.
Hunt inside. Lewis has it blocked. Stolen right back. Hunt. Back of the iron. Abernathy goes up high to grab it and will get fouled. There's your man, Lewis.
He's been effective, but again, it's called for the foul there.
All the dirty work.
All the dirty work. You got to have some of those hard hat guys on your team, and both these teams have those guys.
Willig on the drive. Kind of forced that one up. Lane attacking. Foul whistled. Inside a minute 30.
I'm getting the impression too, Dave, that Landon Vance is one of those guys there. He takes that little hit from behind that opens things up for Lane to drive. Just knows his role, knows his spots, does the work.
Another foul. They'll inbound it again. Oh, they're in the bonus. 2 free throws coming.
We've done 2 games today. You've done 3 overall. Have you seen the bonus yet?
Yeah, in the first game there was.
I think it goes to show you the discipline the tempo which these teams are playing.
Front of the iron for Vance, or Hunt rather, Ethan Hunt. Hunt 7 points here in this second half. Only 3 pointers have scored. 23 for Hanshaw, 16 for Lane, and 8 for Ethan Hunt. All 8 in the second half.
And with a minute 26 away from getting a win, it's an unconventional way to come out victorious. But give credit to South Point and what those 3 guys have put together, and that's not to exclude the other players that have been in the rotation of the starting lineup that have made an impact, because there is a place at the table for those guys as well. When you look to guys like a Davon Lewis and a Landon Vance, even Austin Evans when he's been out on the floor, these are guys that have chipped in great performances outside of the score sheet. They've been able to get rebounds underneath the glass. They've out-rebounded Norton. And they've also been the main distributors.
So they go back to more of a half-court defense. Abernathy hits the front of the iron. Rebound, Gabriel. He'll put it in. Vance breaks the pressure. Hunt will bring it back out to Lewis. Inside a minute remaining. Vance kicks it out to Hunt. Still 15 on the shot clock, so they're going to pull it back out. Lane can't get the turnaround to go. Rebound. So the bench was trying to call a timeout. It was a shot clock violation, so they're trying to see, did they get the timeout called? That's what the conversation will be about.
You could hear Wise signal timeout. You could hear him yelling timeout before that shot clock went red.
It was with about 1.5, maybe 2, where he started signaling timeout, timeout, timeout.
I mean, Norton put together a great defensive stop there, regardless. They just created havoc. And there's something to be said about that, down 12 with 33 seconds left. They're playing to the final whistle, and they showed that when they went out into a full court press. B.J. Sanderson's team, they're relentless. But again, another look. Now we get the aerial look here.
Yep, it will be. They will grant him the timeout.
The Rock Entertainment Sports Network can be the check and balance on that play there, especially without replay review. So it did its justice there. And
we're still discussing things, but they granted him the timeout.
But nonetheless, can't imagine there's going to be much time to work with on the shot clock anyways. It's kind of like
you work
Cats
on,
game.
Yeah, you work on a. It's almost like you're working on a last-second thing from a game, which at this point in the season, you can't simulate this in practice. So I would get where you would think that would be valuable as a coach.
No doubt, and this is where the timeout, Dave, can be big for Norton as much as it is, or excuse me, as big as it is for South Point as it is for Norton to get a stop.
Yeah, and if you're South Point, use the timeout. We get to practice something that we can't simulate in a practice session. Oh, they must have said it hit the rim, because they gave him a fresh 35 too. It's even more important. Yeah, so they said it hit the rim. It's only a 1 second differential between shot clock and game clock. Turnover will give it back to Norton. Holden Walker will check in, as will Shire Graham.
It's a great opportunity for some of these guys that play mostly on JV and they swing JV and varsity to get onto a varsity floor. And although there's 24 seconds left, that's something that you just can't take for granted. And I think that's such an important part of this experience. It is so much about development in high school basketball right now, and the fact that these JV players can see time on the varsity floor in this gymnasium, it's huge.
Three-pointer knocked down. Fletcher hits the three. And that one won't go at the buzzer. Final score, South Point 47, Norton 38. Final thought on this one, Tyler Danberg.
Well, South Point show that they can win against good opponents with three main guys in the score sheet. And that stood out immensely. Braden Hanshaw, what a player he is. He just plays bully ball down low, and he can hit the rare outside shot. He can do it all for the Pointers.
South Point now 3-4, Norton 4-5. That'll do it for day one of the high school shot clock shootout. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Tyler and Brad Sellers at noon with New Lexington and Meadowbrook. Have a great night, everybody. See you tomorrow here on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network.